Right, it is the hashtag episode 13 as far as the sports chat is concerned. Welcome to it. And if you've just, tuned in, it's your first time watching this episode, you know what to do. Go to that subscribe button and obviously click like and share. Now, Joe again, it's episode 13 next month, September. My co-host, Buitumelo Mudutwana, will be back. I can't wait for her to be back. Obviously, she has to tell us, Guti, where has she been, all this month. I know that people have been asking me, Guti, you've been doing episodes one. Where is she? So next month, definitely she is coming back. And obviously, as was Kaizer, Guti Begagupi, and what made her, to be absent. Episode West Sports Chat, but I do guarantee you, Guti, she has a valid reason. Slukela Mulamudi jumped over and hold the fort on her absence. And today it is hashtag episode 13. Amakosi were charged by the Premier Soccer League, and obviously they will appear before the disciplinary committee. That's on the 29th of this month. And so when I get Guti verdict Izotini, we saw Guti after their 1-0 loss to ETS Galaxy, Amakosi fans started to throw bottles at coach Mulifenzeki to show their displeasure. It's only round 4 as far as the fixtures is concerned. Amakosi, they only managed to get 1 point. And is it a right way for fans to show their displeasure when they're not happy with the coach? And obviously, if not, how can they voice out Guti Bafila Ranjani if you coach Ayenziga?
Definitely it's not the way to go.
Yeah.
Particularly Kaizer Chiefs is the biggest team in the country. So it paints the image wrong for the football fraternity. However, if the fans are not happy, I think they should do what they did the last time. But much by nature. but they do it. But above it all, I mean, I believe Gutumli Femzeki did not appoint himself.
Yeah.
If they're dissatisfied with how the team is doing, I think they should direct their frustration to Pobi, to Kaizer Junior or Kaizer Senior, understand? Because Umseki is there as a coach. Of course, things are not going well for the team. And I understand if people are then frustrated because, I mean, it's been 9-8 years without the team doing well. So obviously, fans are impatient. And, the appointment Gamli came with a bit of a controversy because there was a guy that they were talking to in Tunisia, and then that did not materialize. So obviously, the appointment of Umli Fenseki came as a shock for many of us. But to answer your question, definitely it's not the way to go.
So according to you, do you feel Uguti Mulifenseki was the right appointment? I mean, some people were saying Uguti Athazwane could have been given a chance. And you also mentioning Coach Nabi from Tanzania.
Yeah, sure.
There were talks between him and obviously Kaizer Chiefs. But obviously those the discussions could not materialize.
Sure.
And the coach wanted to bring his own technical team.
Sure.
Kaizer Chiefs refused that.
Sure.
So far, I think Chiefs have played 3 games so far in the league.
Yeah.
Is it how fans should behave with only 3 games?
Yes and no, right? Obviously, like I said, fans are impatient, right? The team has not been doing well for the last 8 years. That's 1. 2, if you were to ask me personally, the appointment Gamli Fenseki, the buy-ins are just because they could not get Coach Nabi, in all honesty. And I'll tell you why. If Chiefs had decided to say we are no longer working with the others one and moving into the new season, I mean, the appointment of Umli Fenseki would have happened a bit earlier because they've already seen Uguti with others one is not leading the team into the right direction.
Yeah.
So from there on, as early as March, they would have seen Uguti, no, others one is not working for us. Let's bring in Umli Fenseki, right? However, you'd find people saying, no, Umli Fenseki is in part of the team for the last 2 years, is familiar with the surroundings and all of that. Yeah. And that's okay. But now with someone like him, they would obviously expect him to hit the ground running because he's familiar with the surrounding, he's familiar with the surrounding football. Number 3, he's familiar with the players, right? So obviously, if the team is not doing well, if you lose against Chess Galaxy, draw against Chipa United, those are the teams where you're supposed to be collecting points. Yeah. You play against Mamelodi Sundowns, each is playing like a team. bavele bapikana you understand? So it makes complete sense if people are then frustrated. But if I was a part of the management Chiefs, I would go for someone with a proven track record, a serial winner, someone that we know when we bring into the team, it's got that winning mentality, you know. Someone that will inspire confidence into the boys to say, I've won X amount of trophies and this is what I'm bringing into the team. As much as I'm for local coaches, but I feel Chiefs is too big for a local coach, unless if someone who's got a proven like track record, like your Beatles, maybe Mangoba, you know. But we tried no Steve Compare, that did not work out. They tried Nwatazwane, of which I felt that project was too big for him. Let's give him time and see what happens. But of course, if the team is not doing well, kwamele athenge i-helmet because basazomshaba.
PSL.
The Chiefs fan.
Right, if you are wondering, we are here at 111 Lodge, and my guest for today uzibiza Mohammed what ngasikhathi asadlala ibhola asashala amaduku ase-Arab. We are chilling with umungameli weKasi football. That's what he calls himself. And Bishop, mina ngimazi ngoBishop Monga, so I'm not sure ukuthi Bishop it's his real name or igama nje alithole estradini. But yes, we are chilling with no Bishop Monga, the founder of yona-ke usebhentshini noMonga, and sizobe sikhuluma ngazo ke sithinta ke idiski because we are football lovers. And a brief intro about yourself. I mean, abantu bayakubona on your channel, they see you stadium, you know, covering games and stuff like that. Ubani Bishop?
Igama Bishop igama lesestradini. Kamala Murich, Lela Bishop, I don't know where it comes from. Some is because I'm Pools and Payable. So Bishop, but Bishop it's a guy that grew up at Ivory Park, a football lover. I love football. I've played football myself. But now that I'm no longer playing competitively, I'm still involved in football. I've got my channel as well that focuses on local football, where we do interviews with local guys that are playing, whether Ipukwini or ex-pros. And also I'm part of Lerato Lamla Winter Games and Lerato Lamla Foundation. Bubuchi, you know, we do annual soccer games, and also part of what we do in the Lerato Lamla Foundation is, you know, we collect school shoes, sanitary towels, any other school clothing item, let's see Tata everywhere. And then we donate to less privileged school kids. So basically, that's me. Lelaga Mongameli. I guess it comes. I used to rap. I used to rap, and then Bishop Mongameli. That's how it came about. But then, you know, when I rap, before come in and drop a verse, I would shout Monga. Because Monga is MON whatever. So I like cut Monga made to Monga, and then it stuck with me, So like I didn't rather stick to Monga than the whole Monga made, Plus we Baba Paya was busy Monga made back then, so I did not want that. So I just stuck no Monga. So basically, I'm that guy. Sure.
So your childhood, growing up at Ivory Park, as you mentioned, how was it?
Like any other struggles, but I grew up in a decent family, and I'm saying decent because I had all the needs. But as much as I was not spoiled, but being a part of nature, and whatnot. So grew up at Ivory Park. Being a rough as it is now, because they manage rough, the substances all over. Back then, it was with Itiski, Makati, Makaiti, and all of that. Unlike nowhere now, these young boys are spoiled for choice, and particularly now, like I said, there's a whole lot of substances that are out there. But I grew up decently, and it boils down to how I was brought up, because. At my age, so it goes to show with the upbringing was proper. I'm not saying the upbringing was not okay, but I'm just saying for myself, I grew up like in a decent family. Sure.
I know that you are a father.
Sure.
How's fatherhood?
I've been a father since the last time Chiefs won a trophy. So I've been a father for the last 8 years. Yeah. And I guess, I'm sorry, we're expensive.
Sure.
But I think what is important is that, once you are settled, you've got a plan for yourself personally, and then you can decide in having a child. Because, abantwana badura. I abantwana badura, to be honest. But I've been enjoying the journey. It makes you more responsible. You know that now also there's someone that you need to look after, and there's someone that is looking up to you as well. So I've been enjoying fatherhood for the last 8 years. Yeah.
Enjoying your fatherhood. Obedience, when are you planning to have a child? Moving on, we must say congratulations to the Spanish national team as far as winning the World Cup is concerned.
Yeah.
But there has been a controversy after winning that World Cup. I mean, the Spanish FA chief decided to kiss Hermoso, the player, on the lips. And that sparked the controversy. But obviously, they were saying, Guti, obviously, we just won the World Cup. We are all happy, excited. But obviously, they are saying, Guti, that was wrong, especially from the FA chief. Your views when it comes to that particular incident?
For me, it's completely wrong. Completely.
Even if you can say, it's just emotions.
That was completely wrong. Maybe a hug would have been appropriate. Or a kiss on the cheek, it would have been appropriate. But for that kiss on the lips, I feel it was completely wrong. Particularly for someone of his stature, to be doing that when the whole world is watching. Personally, I'm saying I know. It was wrong.
He went on and issued an apology. And
she went on and put it out on her Instagram account to say I did not enjoy the kiss. Just saying. No. But for me, I know it's wrong.
Yeah, and also congratulations to Australia for winning the netball World Cup. South Africa finishing position 6. I think it was not bad, but obviously we must say also congratulations to the Jamaican national team. They finished third, winning themselves a bronze medal. At least there's something for the African continent as far as that is concerned. We are heading to a Rugby World Cup. It is exactly 15 days to go for that Rugby World Cup that's happening in France. And South Africa is drawn against our Ireland. We have our Tonga. We have what? Who's following rugby here?
No,
we have a rugby champ, but he doesn't know. Yeah, but I know that we have Ireland, we have Tonga in our group, and which teams? I will check which teams we do have as far as that is concerned. Do you follow rugby?
No.
At all?
No, I know Siakolisi, I know Mampimpi.
Yeah.
I used to know Brian Habana.
Yeah.
But I
okay, so we have Tonga, we have Romania, we have Scotland, and Ireland. So we are drawn Pool B. You're a rugby fan, right?
Sure.
How do you think it's going to go this one?
Definitely winning the pool. Number one on the pool.
Number one on the pool.
Number one on the pool,
Monga.
Yeah, I'm a South African, so I could number one on the pool.
Yeah, and obviously we know that South Africa has won the Rugby World Cup previously.
Yeah.
And on this one, I believe Uguti, the only strong opponent South Africa, when we're playing them, it's really, really difficult for us to win a match, and that is in New Zealand. So because we are not in the same group as New Zealand, at least very shy. I think New Zealand go Group A, and they will play France in their first opening fixture. So shiny New Zealand. Definitely, I think the squad that we have will definitely bring this one home. I think there's a There's a lot that is going on in this country, Monga.
Yeah, there's so much, and with sports it brings us together, but the strongest national team in all sports and codes has always been Iraq. So being a South African, I'm optimistic that they will do well. So they've got our full support. So let them go and represent the country well.
Let them go and represent the country well. We're moving over as far as this interview is concerned. I mean, do you have a beef with JJ? JJ, the director for Power Rico.
No.
A few weeks ago.
No.
I saw it on Facebook.
No, I know.
Yeah, Mara, what was happening there?
No, just to give you context. Personally, Yeah, I for one, I'm for building. Yeah, but
Yeah.
particularly guys, you know, we had our differences in the Hotman. Yeah, but and then if I've got issues with you or you've done something to me, I'll call you out, you know, respectfully and say, you know, Mflopele, how can we move forward and yeah, but, and I believe we had differences, I think 3-4 years ago. And that was sorted out as far as I know, yeah, but making reference to that particular thing that was out on social media, you know, I personally felt Uguti, and I even said, you know, if you are part of that particular team, Roka Swallows, you are a staff member, right? Whatever that is discussed internally, there must be protocol to say, let the team Kala announce the news, and then basically when you put it out. Yeah, but that's a standard procedure, and not that being but because I am more informed when it comes to communication and all of that, because I've worked in that space. So I said, we are man, this is a teachable moment. This is where I'm coming from with regards to this whole thing. To say, man, if you are part of the team, let the team communicate it, and then you then announce it on your own personal social media. I've seen and heard people being dismissed for leaking information that is not officially announced by the mother body or the team. But Grootman felt good because Ulikau was a Kaslami. He must not, you know, maybe talk about it and all of that. Because at that time when he put it out, it was not anywhere on social media. I mean, I'm friends with Ulikau. Swallows, I follow Swallows. I follow the chairman of David. I follow Grootman Panyaza. It was not put out on any socials or any of the personal accounts. So when I saw that, I said, no, Grootman, this is how we should be doing it.
And obviously him being there, so he should know better.
And of course, you know, I thought he was working for Mroka Swallows. Then he said, no, he's not working for Mroka Swallows. I said, no, in that case, then, within your right to then post whatever that you want to post. But in just generally speaking, even if you are working for Coke, for example, if there's a thing that they're working on and it's not, you know, official, as a staff member, you're not allowed to go out and then put it out publicly until such time that it's being announced. So it's even sensitive in the football fraternity because, you know, let's say, for example, Chiefs is talking to Mbappe. They're still negotiating. Then when you go out and say, hey, Chiefs is negotiating Mbappe, blah, 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 straight dismissal. So, I said, it was a teachable moment to say, as it goes, when I school saneni, slight saneni, not good being and all of that. But it turned out the way it did. And unfortunately, since that post, we haven't met. The day we meet, so Ploma string it no Hotman. This is my perspective, this is my view, this is how I saw things, and I thought maybe we should see ring. But we decided then. But it's okay. But to answer your question, no, not beef.
Alright.
Zero.
It's clear.
Yeah, no,
zero,
no beef. Zero.
We move on.
From my end, zero. Next.
Let's talk to Usepejini no Monga, which is part of the reason why I decided to bring Monga here.
Boy.
Usepejini no Monga, they do what we do similarly.
Sure.
But their focus is strictly on local players and ex-professional players, right?
Sure.
Iqale and that idea Usepejini no Monga is a
the whole idea is I'm really passionate about TV. I must set up a so I love TV. You know, I once involved in a project like us. It was called Migrant Tembisa TV. I was part of that. Also, I'm passionate about TV. I'm passionate about public speaking. So you know, I'm no longer actively involved in football, like actively. I said, what is it that I can do to, you know, to be still part of the game? But then I came up with the idea. But I struggled to come up with a name. Because the name is difficult. The name is very difficult to come up with a name because, you know, when I wanted to come up with something that, you know, will resonate in the cast. So I said, FNG. So the idea was like, okay, if ever my chance are Pilagal, so play penchini no more. So that's how the name came about. Then we thought of a slogan, and then we said slogan, a phrase that will be catchy. Then we said because primarily our focus is and the whole idea concept is that, you know, we all know Blackberry, we all know Squama, you know, about Walker Jake, and all of that. But there's no platform where you get to hear the story. So because most of the platforms, they focus on on players that are well established.
Exactly.
Nothing caters for Ikas.
Sure.
So I said, no man, let me reach out to Amagents. And then again, because I've got the relationship across board. Namaji that are playing in Pukwini. So that's how the idea came about. And then, now and then Sabaton, Babeg, and then we get to allow them to tell their story. But I must say it's not easy getting them. These young boys, and I'm saying these young boys because they've got this tendency of saying, when you bring them into the platform,
sure.
I've had some of these, I don't want to drop names, but there's some of these big guys that I said, emergency, because see what people do, you put out an episode, and then like, no, Spuna, we try and interact and engage with our followers, and like, who do you want next on the platform? Like, no, Spuna Wanda, and then we reach out, Wanda, I'm this guy from this platform, I'd love to have you on the platform. Yeah, sure, no, I'll come through. But from the conversation, you could tell, man, so that's the biggest challenge. But primarily, what we aim at the platform, is just to tell stories of these guys as yeah. So
besides the challenge of the young guys, as you refer to them, wanting money, what are some of the key challenges you feel as a channel?
The biggest challenge has always been some of these boys are not easy to get. They're not honest, and that's footballers in general. You set up an appointment, then like shy and whatnot. That's one of the challenges. But above it all, this stuff it does not come cheap. It doesn't come cheap. And sometimes if I want equipment, you go to someone and speak to the person and say, I've got this idea. Let's work. So that's a challenge. But I've been fortunate in the sense that the guys that I work with are people that we share the same goal, the same passion,
Sure.
And I've been fortunate in the sense that I'll start rolling, and then someone will send me a message. Hey, Xemong, I see you doing that. I can help you with 1, 2, 3.
Sure.
Then I go sit with that person. Then if we switch it on, then we work together. That's how I got Pierce on board. We met through Rato Lamola. He saw what I did. He liked what I did. Then he said, Rodman, I'll come through and help you with this and that and that and that. Yeah, but above it all, I know. It's so unfortunate with now much as now are committed by 8 to 5 and all of that. So we are no longer shooting as frequently as we'd love to.
Sure.
Yeah, but now otherwise
in terms of your best episode, what would you say was your best interview you've done in that episode?
Sure.
I know you've done a few.
Yeah.
Recently you did one with Tabang.
Yeah, I'm trying. The best one.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you why. The one that I enjoyed is one that I did Mapatula.
Sure.
This guy from Kubeni, Mapatula. And personal for me, he's the third best player at Tembisa.
Sure.
After Mshishi, Shabang. He had drug problems. The guy struggling. The guy hardcore para.
Sure.
Then he came back. He cleaned himself up, and then he reached out to me to say, Xemong, I want to tell my story, And that episode was very educational. Sure. So that's one interview that I feel was the best, in the sense of what was shared.
Sure.
It was very deep. It was very deep.
Sure.
And it's a story of hope. To say as much as you can go through adversity, you can always come back. He's one of the best. And unfortunately, when he was at his peak, his social media was not big. What we see about Kwama Blackberry do now, Mapatula would do it 3 times better, with due respect to the guys. Sure. It was very good. It was very, very good. But it's so unfortunate that due to the challenges that we have with us, he had to go that route. So that's one episode that when I look back, it's one of the best. Because it was very deep and it came from a genuine place.
Sure.
We are not creating a story like
Sure.
That's one of the episodes that I would look back and say it was one of the best.
And when we say the best, it means there's a West.
Not to go guest, but sometimes you would record, and then when we do the whole child is editing, then we'd realize, man, it sounds a little crazy. There's one that I did Kalawa. I went to a Katle home. I was looking for Ufoza, who plays for Black Poison. So we got to Ufoza, but must figure like us. I'm like, Krotman, I'm this guy, Kalawa, boom,
Sure.
Luckily best number card is 6, so we did Kalawa quickly. Yabo, hey, we recorded. Ay, now Macmillan's edit man, you find with the sound. I think the interview was about almost an hour, but we had to cut it short to I think maybe like 40 minutes. Yeah, that like that was then. Because it's not manual for start. Yeah. But now talking about Kalawa, not even the one that I did no Karabo. Karabo Kabul was one of the best now. Because for someone who is as skillful as Ukarabo, someone who is famous as Ukarabo, the guy was humble. And then I couldn't was buy that as a young boy, if you watch that episode, you learn so much. And the reviews that I got after that episode, you find these young boys 18, 19 to say, what the Krotman said was very insightful. And then but to connect and Krotman directly. Also one of the best episode that I can think of that we did as a team.
Yeah, and when he speaks about the worst episode they've done, it reminds me of the sports chat moments where we record the whole, and you manage to cut it short in time.
Sure.
We record nothing, and one of the best episodes, but we can't upload that to the viewers because it's like 7 So I understand where you're coming from. Moving over, what's on the pipeline for Usepe? What are you guys working towards in terms of moving forward?
Of course, I need to Pamela Batin just being into the platform. So for 4 guys, big guys from SOA to cut their home and spread that we need to interview. Because people have been saying we want them on the platform, we want them on the platform, we want them on the platform. So obviously, hopefully. September, October, we'll start shooting again. And then those are the guys that we'll have on the platform. And of course, with the power of social media, I want to grow the channel. Just to grow the numbers and reach to a wider audience. And then eventually, in fact, we commercialize this thing. Because at the end of the day, we're not just doing it for passion. It must pay us.
Exactly.
It must pay us. We're making over $1 million. But obviously, baby steps will eventually get there for sure.
You mentioned earlier you were a soccer player. Which teams did you play for? And what was the main reason for you to retire and say, you know what, I'm done with football?
I played. Particularly, I played the Kaslan. Even though I got offers to play Tembisa, but growing up. Back then, 2010, 11, 12, there was this thing with Loas Tembisa. So I played. Growing up, I played for Tembisa Classic. I don't know if you know it.
No, I know it.
You know Tembisa Classic. So I played for Tembisa Classic. When it returned, it was called. They had this slogan, Yizo Yiz. So I played for Tembisa Classic under 17, under 15, and then when I started training in the reserve team. And then thanks my respect. It possibly this pick up either a Swazin or a Tembisa Plus. I was very young then. And then you still have that hope I'll make it pro. Because we used to play in our Super Sport, Nabo Vets, Nabo Kaizer Chiefs. So I played Tembisa Classic under 15, I played under 17, then like I was saying, I think back then coach Begu Babu Kabozond. Good senior team. China's coach which owns Madisha. So I played for Tembisa Classic. Then when Tembisa Classic was sold, came any team but he shied the backward. The team figure Stapura Besnemal, Sky Matrax team. We played a first game. I played my first game for the first time. I think 2006, 2007 up. I was very young. I think I was like 17, 18. Played Gushai, Nabo Besh, Abo Nico, Abo John, Abo Pata Abo Mafishin. But I was like I'm chairs. I remember my first time like my first game, I was at Ivory, my 15. We played against Colombia. We had Colombia. So in Colombia, there was a Barondo. Like us, those were one of the two biggest teams. In a sense that now, the Bawas Biza will come up professionals.
Sure.
So there was a Protman what to pizza matamat, you know, they had about Kata Hompela, about Rider Mfukeng, you know.
Sure.
So I was a young boy then Kata Hompela the guy striker.
Sure.
About Ninja Mfukeng in that team. I'm trying to think, but you know about I think July Masha.
That time Monga, EPEE.
Nah,
Okay.
No. We are wanting like that. And I want to tell so I'm 15.
Sure.
So our number one goalkeeper. Yeah, I think the guy's Spanish or something. I saw that Jelek saying and what give him away. So Siangena, I remember I won my 15 when no chani da. Copano. A massive woman delay and we have a kill and pay one. I slang around with show on the show of Rotman. I know Siangena siyadlala masiloku udlala kanje Rotman ubhiza matamat.
Sure.
Uyatabla para uphuma 1-on-1. Ayikho goalkeeper so ngiyalanda la. Ungiyathela umuno ya spray or what. Sekuyagcwala manje. Hayi ukavela umphila ndoda yo. Shothi bamphasa kanje yabo. Angithi is right footed so ngingapha ipali ngapha so uyal receiver. Ayimgcina 10 ayongibeka la mfana. Wangilengisa yabo. But that for me was a highlight because that was the biggest game ngiyintwana. Uyabona? And then from there you know I stopped because I stopped momentarily after the team because for two reasons. The guy when he came after my first game January, you know, he said no, you should not go to any other team. Siagu Vodacom League. It was Vodacom League. Now I think ABC you need that division. Mutsipe. Yeah. So he said, yeah, I'm going to buy status and okay, cool. We stuck with the guy, was Gamma contract. I think $750 a month. But it was on the contract. You know, I'm not spicy. So what's Gamma contract? Sure. So we went to play against the Silver Stars. It was now called the Platinum Stars. Silver Stars and the Platinum Stars. Sure. We went to play Platinum Stars in Motor Fante. Sure. You know, we played there. Owen Takamaki. He wanted me, he wanted to join, he wanted to part, I wanted Uniko to join the Platinum Stars. The guy refused. No, these are my boys, you're getting the status and whatnot. And there was some tracksuit, the door and whatnot. So I had hope then. Yeah, we stuck for like 6-7 years with the team, 6-7 months with the team. And then hey, North Africa, mama and what. Then I stopped playing football then. And you know, as you call about grade 11, 12, my father was big on his scale. Sure. So I'm trying to focus a scale. And then I focused a scale, I matriculated. And then I came back like us, you know, I just played for fun. Yeah. I played for fun. Then there was a team at Kaslam that we established. Well, it was already established, but we came in and we put in a structure. Then we started playing like league games. Sure. We started playing league games and we joined the SAB League. Tshwane. We had the likes of our JTR, about Dondon, sure. Our Dax and the likes, you know. So we played there for 3 years. We went to our playoffs. We did not make it. But that's when I was playing like proper like structured football. Sure. Because the league has that demand with never discipline and all of it. But during that time, you know, Ama PEE were born. So now and then come play Kaslam number 7, number 8 and whatnot, you know. Sure. So I played Nabumshish against Nabumshish, you know, about disco, you know, Matlaba and all of that. But when I eventually stopped, surprisingly, 2013, you know, and I say that was my best footballing year. Yeah. Because I remember Timini, we went to our playoffs, Sasha goal difference. JTR went to our playoffs. Sure. Because we're playing in the same league. So JTR, and Sakumlo JTR Rotondon, sure. That went to my playoffs. So I played that year, you know, I played Easter, I did very well. In actual fact, that season, I think at team I got like 4 accolades. I think players player, goalkeeper of the what, and I think 4 accolades. But then I went to my Manpiri. Yeah. My Manpiri, this was in Yabati, Talimanian Chiefs, that's a coach. Sure. I think I played quarter-final, semi-final, and final. You know, I did very well. Yeah. I was voted goalkeeper of the tournament in that year, in that edition in my man period. Sure. That year, my Imperi games. Then I got a call from Mpumalanga Black Aces. Now we Cape Town City. So Mpumalanga Black Aces was sold to Cape Town City. The Mpumalanga Black Aces that had about Chambers one, Dinashin Gomashe, you know, Mabi Kalabe rebuild in Mpumalanga Black Aces. So I was called to be part of that team. And also in that night, Maswina, Nemesis, which JTR. Anglanda ngara imove. Masa celebrate because angithi yathayira so masa celebrate ngara Nemesis which JTR yanglanda. Uthi yangifuna yabona.
Yeah.
Because nambe ngintwana man. Ngitshela ukuthi manje since ngiphethe clearance. Le time le on 18 yami iphethe clearance uyangi-own.
Yeah.
And little did I know ukuthi clearance is only valid for that season.
Sure.
So kumele ngivaye mina ngeke JTR but ngathi nawo ringa ne-Grootman ngala yabona yile liphethe clearance lami.
Yeah.
Ngathi lo muntu uyafuna ama 2 million.
Yeah.
So indaba JTR. So indaba Aces.
Sure.
Ngizwa nini when I'm going to LXFM for an interview on a Monday or Tuesday no Grootman Timmy T. Now he's a producer go Metro FM go Sports Amplified Monday.
Sure.
So Timmy T ungitshela nge-interview on Monday to say ejo kune time le Mpumalanga Black Aces elikufunayo. Yabo kumele uvayo ejima nawo. And mind you, that time ngiyaspana. Ngispana grand.
Sure.
I think I was 24, 25. So ibhola man, I'm like, aye, sengidlala ngoba yabo.
Sure.
So I need to go to Mpumalanga Black Aces and the gym khona la eduzane. Balfour I think. Yabo. They had to Bafana Club or they had to Jackson Mabokwane then.
Sure.
And then later in that week they got to Kelvin Marlin from Sundowns bamletha ngara yabo. So I was supposed to go to Mpumalanga Black Aces ngiyojima nabo for iviki. Yabo. And I felt I would have gotten a contract had I gone. So, Bankjela Monday, sharp, young Jelly Timmy, no man, I'll hook you up in the Grootman. The phone arrange good year with no sharp Grootman. Timmy, young Jelly with such a talent, you know, and if phone with SAP, either NFD or back then it was Ivoracom, Monday, ABC. So guess what? Monday I go to an interview, LXFM. Tuesday, Jimmy Namajensi ajime kasi Wednesday qhu shayidolo yabo angazi idolo lenzani but bekuyidolo elingihluphayo but lapha I think la ngayivusi njalo yabo then it was over for me like over ayibengizama ukuncenga yabo angibe ngispana credit bengine medical aid so bengivaya amafizo la bangayi ngijove but ngizwe lo mjovo mangijovile kunezinto ezingasasebenzi ngabe ngizijova la so kunezinto ezingasasipana ngicela ngibona you know this thing yebhola so I stopped 2014-15 I stopped playing like completely like competitively yabo engivela ngama chance yabo I think there and there that's when I decided to say you know as much as I loved the game but yabo liyangilimaza in such a way if it all alone then it means you know I cannot
How far do you think you would have went if maybe it was not for the injury?
Yabona 2013. I'm telling you now, with due respect to Jackson, no, Grootman, no Bafan. You know, I would have competed. You know, given an opportunity, you know, I would have gone far. You know,
plus with the height.
Yeah, with the height and all of that. But I believe with like in Sheila when I started, 2013 was my best footballing year.
Sure.
Yabona I would have no. Gotten a contract, no ACs, and particularly, I think the coach was Mushi, who believed in young boys. So I believe if I had an opportunity to train with the team, I would have done well for myself. You know. In
closing, ne?
Yeah.
In closing,
yeah, sure.
You mentioned Duguti, you're part of Lerato.
Yeah.
I know that you guys are hosting a
Sure.
You're still playing.
Yeah.
And Monga currently.
Yeah. No, they're man. You know, nangisavimbi. Because Movimba mele uwe ngale yabo. So I play as an infield player.
Sure.
Yeah, I'm like Potwe.
Oh, you're fair.
I'm like Potwe. Nyadisha mfana yo. So no, we play like socially. We play socially. I call it competitive. You know, but nakhona amadlalo zama-Grootman, you know, my challenges ongamelanga uye kuwo nani yabona. Ayikho as hectic as lawo 100,000-200,000 yabona.
Sure.
So ngiyadlala socially ebhodweni but now and then ngiyavimba. Yabo uma ngabe ama-agents ayashort.
Sure.
Yeah.
So this is my last question.
Yeah.
Besides you being part of Usepenjini, besides you being part of Abul Ratulabul and different other tournaments, what does Umonga do for a living?
I pray. Am I wrong in saying that?
Yeah.
I pray. I pray. I pray. I pray. I pray. No,
I'm out.
Serious, I pray. I
Yeah,
pray. No,
yeah.
but no. To answer your question, yeah, there's so much that I do, but also I'm into fitness.
Yeah.
So I do fitness training. I'm into network direct selling, network marketing.
Sure.
Yeah, but mainly I'm into fitness as well.
Sure.
So into ifana nemikhaba.
Yeah.
Yabo.
Oh, the beginning.
Yeah, that's what I do. Yeah.
I think that's why we hold it if Agnamuntu Funubuza any question.
Okay.
Yeah.
So while you were traveling, playing,
Sure.
like all over.
Yeah.
You first mentioned Gucci like you only played a.
Yeah, mainly Kaslam, yeah.
So was that like conscious decision which I wanna play for like Ivory teams in Japan representing Ikasi? And while you were traveling, what are some of the funny stories that were happening to our Matobasi?
Yeah.
You know, some of the gents.
Yeah. That's actually a good question.
Yeah.
No, the reason why I said Like Kaslam, it was a conscious decision in the sense that now, when you play for a Manyama team, for example, you play maybe first round, second round, third round,
Yeah.
and I did not want that, but I did play, I went to Katlehong, I played Nabonyatama. I did very well because, I felt, sometimes you need to be respected as a player.
Yeah. Sure.
If you are into the last 8, then so that was the reason why. But other than that, whenever I was invited, I would go and play. But Gabaya, I felt with Ekaslami. If Tina will leave and go play for other teams, Ikasi, Ubano Zomele Manje, I represent Ikasi. Yeah, but one of the stories that I can share, when we used to play Pitori, when we played SAB League, there was this one moment where, best forger. For example, if I'm Chitagana card, it's not registered. So there's so 40 line, pension, it's 40 line we do that process, check on my card, and then when we say we pray, everyone knows a pension. Standards. And then before they notice it, long chita low I'm checking, segangenile manje. Low income, so that was our way. You be competitive, because Kapaya was shyly challenging with him. You'd find I'm under 23, I2, and then Mela 5. So we take a cut like was I was hung up at 23. Sing me, and then we do that swap my standards. I'm talking about my standards, and then sing and we did very well. Because we lost in the first year, we went to number 3, so did not qualify for a playoff position. But on the last season, when we were supposed to go to our playoffs, what they actually did, like for example, we are number 1, we are number 2 when we're number 1.
Sure.
So it's like the team come cheat, and the team come cheat,
Sure.
So what they did, they paid the team come cheat. So Tina Sotola 2 goals as a walkover. Because we were 11. So we'd get 2 goals as a walkover, and then the other team, Young Riders, they bought whatever that is. And then that team did not come. It was a walkover, and then Bonaba win, and then they went to our playoffs. And funny enough, our playoffs were like Sharing Castlete. Had we played like Castlete in Clampe, Van Dijk would be sitting here telling a different story. Yeah, but it is what it is, man. It's a dirty game.
Yeah.
No.
What's your advice to young players that you will share when they come to the show? And obviously, I understand no matter the
Sure.
You expect, you hear stories from ex-players when you do interviews to get paid and stuff like that. Now,
Sure.
Unfortunately,
Sure.
But what's your advice to young players in general? And then we can close off.
Okay. My advice is that, most importantly, I think the most important thing, is to respect your body. I think your body is your office. You must respect your body because, for you to be Lionel Messi, Cristiano Ronaldo, you must be in the best shape and form. You understand? So I think the most important thing is just respecting your body. That will enable you to perform at your utmost. And I'm saying this at the back of, there's so many stuff that's happening in the outside. Diapuzwa, Gunamahabli, Gunama snooze. There's so many things. So I think the most important thing, Kala, is respecting your body and then respecting the game itself. We know Lionel Messi, we know Cristiano Ronaldo, but they are not bigger than later round. Come to think of it, they are not bigger than Ebola. So you must respect that, and you must respect what comes later round. You'd be surprised, no. Into any players funa ukujima, bafuna ukuyodlala nje kuphela. Yabo? And that's where your skill is polished and all of that. Into nje zifuna ukugijimela ground. Yabo? That's the second thing. And then I think the third thing is thing is that you must just have respect in general. Sure. Because irrespect it will take you very far. Yabona, irrespective of what you ban, noma ubani. Even namanghlala mayo, star was no veil. Monga, so you just lend an ear almost go to chin and then you carry on. Sure. And of course, with platforms like this, you don't know who's watching. Sure. The power of social media is very big in such a way. We might put this, if 15, but even on Monday 1, we will change this whole thing completely. So how much as they must come through whenever they get an invite and all of that, And then just in conclusion, the question that you're asking me, it reminds me of this boy from a spread home. There was a team called Ibabero. Sure. And then that team by ABC, it had all these big players, they're from Ashamait and towards the end, all these ex-pros. This guy was paid well amongst these ex-pros, but Dumchita would still go out for a 5 clipper, for a 2 clipper, and all of that. Vandaag is nowhere to be found. Imagine had he stayed La Payana Adala, maybe he could have been. Because the reason why we play Pukuin is to go professional. Sure. So once you're professional, why can't take a Pukuin? It doesn't make sense. Ploma VIP or Ploma Nabantu, but ungadlale Pukuin, because the aim would be masenza somewhere. Sure. Now you cannot be sitting here doing this thing. Then, a big broadcaster will come to you and say, Wanda, come uzosipana kayi. Sure. Next thing says, hey, Wanda, open you pay you in But to get the point that I'm trying to make, sure. It's about respecting the opportunity itself. Sure. Because I see many a whole lot of guys, and I do interact now and say, Mfana, pro ufuna I'm like, no, the logic is correct. Sure. The logic is correct. Look at the Timbers one. I always make reference to Timbers one. Sure. For the last 6-7 years, it's been consistent, top level. Sure. Because it's one thing getting there, it's another thing staying there. But you to be there consistently, sure. So young boys must look at the Timbers one. Sure. As a reference, they look at the Timbers one and how he conducts himself. Sure. And that's it.
Yeah, I think people really they should grasp the information that Monga is saying. And in closing, I really appreciate you, Rodman.
Sure, boys.
Like sometimes people for an interview, sometimes they come with stories and not showing up and stuff. But you coming here, those guys means a lot. Sure. And now you continue pushing on and let's meet at the top. Sure. Sure. That's how we close it. There is hashtag episode 13 as far as the sports chat is concerned. Do subscribe, like, and share. We are out.